Welcome to the Outside Podcast, where we just be outside.
Right.
Today, we got Pops for a one-on-one conversation. Malcolm's at home chilling, being lazy, you already know. But I wanted to talk about his journey and to starting over and how it's been for you.
That's a lot.
Yeah, how has it been being it being so abrupt and you
Like
not knowing?
Like my divorce, you mean?
Yeah, and just having to relocate and all that.
It's a lot, bro. Like, I mean, a little backstory. Went through a divorce right around COVID time. What kind of spelled it for me is I got COVID, and she bounced. She would stay in the hotel or something like that, and I was like, wow, like, I don't know if that's what the whole story was, but that was the story I got. And in my mind, I was like, wow, okay. So if my partner, I get if you don't want to get COVID, but if my wife ain't gonna take care of me,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, then who would? So I know if the table was turned and she got COVID and I got a hotel,
Yeah,
it
would be hell on earth.
That would be. I don't think that would go over so well.
Mm-mm.
So,
and it's crazy how as soon as that happened, through sickness and through health, kind of just goes
that
out
comes
the window.
up. Yeah, that comes up, and but it's contagious. It's life threatening.
But I mean, that's what you in the marriage for. That's what y'all said you was in the marriage for. That when those situations come to play, how are you going to move?
Yeah, right. So that's what that was one of the things that made me reevaluate. Obviously, there's a lot of other factors going on.
Absolutely.
But no, shortly after that, it kind of fell apart, and it just made me go, okay, what's my next move? Because that was 12 years.
Damn,
you know what I mean?
Damn.
And everybody got issues or whatever, but I didn't think that it was going to be that.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be like that. So it was like, boom, okay, now you solo, still in the big house. So first thing was like, okay, what's the situation? And, your brother and sister was living with me at the time. So that was kind of my first decision to say, okay, does it make sense for them to go on whatever ride I'm about to go on?
Mm-hmm.
Or should they just go with their mom where, there is some kind of stability already? So that was kind of decision number one, send them back to their moms, and so that I can get my head on straight. And then I, got some roommates, so I didn't have to make any abrupt lifestyle changes.
Right.
And that worked out. That worked out for a while, but I mean, here we are. So this is a year later.
Damn.
A little over a year later, and now got my own space, own place, and a new kind of outlook on life. You guys are straight. Your brother and sister is straight. Me and your mom's relationship is better than it's been in over a decade.
Amen to that.
Yeah. So
amen to that.
So while in those dark places, during those dark times, it got really dark. But like anything else, when you get past or beyond that dark time, and you look back, you like, oh,
yeah,
I had to go through that.
Yeah, I needed that.
Yeah.
What did Drake say? He said, "Y'all told me I fell off. Man, I needed that."
Right, it's motivation.
Yeah, thanks.
And that's what I'm really the most thankful for. Obviously that was my second divorce after your mom or whatnot. But what I'm really thankful for is, I'm not down. What I mean? Like, I kind of pick myself back up, and I'm like, you know what? I can still get out here. I still got my fingers and toes. I still,
it's still worth it right now.
Yeah, it didn't knock me all the way off my square. So that's what I'm really thankful for. Like, mentally, I feel like I still got a ways to go, but I have a positive outlook, and that's super helpful. Yeah.
Well, that definitely rubbed off on me, and because I've always had the question, like, seeing you, like, 12 years is a long time, and my relationship was only 9-10 months, and I was going through it. I was going through, even though I'm the one who left, I was still going through it. So my question is, how did you cope without her after building a life accustomed and with her?
You know, to be honest with you, it was falling apart before that.
Mm-hmm.
So I had, you know, over the last couple of years, I had already been spending a lot of time alone, and we had started to kind of create lives outside of each other. You know, like she had her own friend group, and she didn't really participate in my friend group very often. So that, and you know me, I'm always in my stuff anyway, in my music and my tech stuff. So I spent a lot of time. I'm fine in my own space when it comes to that. So, you know, the relationship was more like a bonus when we got a chance to be around each other and wasn't busy. But then it became just complacency. Like, then it was just like, oh, you're my friend, you're not my partner.
Yeah, y'all roommates at that
point.
point.
Then it was like less about a friend. It was just more like a roommate.
Damn.
You know? So to answer your question, like, how I coped was gradually, you know, but the absence of the person in your day to day, that just, there's really not much other than time, I think. Yeah.
I mean, it's not a fun time either.
Yeah, and you have to be careful not to occupy your time, you know, like with just randomness.
Mm-hmm. The things that have no
substance or meaning, or, you know, that's how a lot of people end up in rebounds. But even if it's not just a person, you know, you could fall into drinking or fall into, you know, abusing something. Or so if you can get, if you have enough self-worth beforehand, then usually afterwards you can be like, okay, nah, I know it's their loss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let me put my time in it. Even though I'm hurting bad, let me put this energy and emotion into something positive.
That will build me.
So I started hitting the gym a little bit, you know, like I think I said last time, that COVID kind of changed my relationship with food.
Mm-hmm.
So then I started hitting the gym a little bit, you know, drink a little more water, and just kind of, and listening to a lot of like audio tapes, like on, you know, metaphysics and, you know, and self-esteem, self-growth, personal growth, all that stuff really helps.
Yeah, you was talking to your subconscious.
Yeah. And I spent a lot of time alone, man. I spent a lot of time.
That's dope, though.
Well, you know, like I trip on that. Sometimes I don't even have no music on or nothing on. It's just silence, and I'm good in that. Sometimes though, it can get a little dangerous in those thoughts.
Talk about it. When it was fresh out of my relationship, and I'd drive to your house, and it would just be a long kind of drive. I wouldn't put the music on, especially at nighttime. And it would be, because everything I would listen to would correlate to her. Everything I would look at. No matter what. Exactly. Like, even just the street signs, like the freeway, Fresno was on every exit. So I was like, God damn. So it was like, silence was the only thing that can keep me from thinking. And it was just me and the road and my car, and that's it.
And sometimes you want to have that time to think and have the clarity, but when the thoughts are negative or, you know, kind of overwhelming me back,
you, it's just stop. Can we just pause? And silence pauses all of that.
Yeah, like there were several times that I got in my feelings, You know, I was like, let me just call her. Let me just say this. I didn't say this one piece. You know,
right. I miss. She should know that I was feeling.
Right.
This.
I should have said this.
Yeah.
Like that one day before it went down. I should have. Let me just get this one off.
Oh, that brings so much regret in those thoughts. It's like, damn. What if it would have been so much dope, so much cooler if I said it like this. So much like more, like. There'd be a lot more passion if I said it like this. Maybe we still be together if I said that.
Right, or like, or just doing something that you know that you would regret. You know, like I definitely did that when me and your mom broke up. I made an ass out of myself one night, and I got pretty close to doing that this time around too, or doing something on social media. You know what I mean? Like I could still see her in my messenger. Like she blocked me on all kind of socials, but I could still see her in my DMs.
Yep.
And I'd be like, you know what? I just delete.
Yeah, you type out everything you need to say, and you're like, when you get to the end, it's like,
nah. Like what's that gonna do?
How would I even say that?
I ain't gonna give her that energy.
Yeah, this isn't gonna. She's gonna read it and laugh at me for real.
And then again, when I'm like. Because even saying that, it's like, oh, she's still winning because she's on my mind kind of thing. But then I was like, nah, the power is in the silence, not saying anything, because I might feel those emotions in that,
but those
in that
pass.
Moment. Yeah, but then it's gone.
Yeah, it's literally just a moment. It's and like, I think my last moment was like about a month and a half ago. I have the beads from her amethyst bracelet that broke in my car, and I kept them in my car. And I have the necklace she gave me, the crystal, just hanging from my mirror. But sometimes I get like a real heavy feeling.
Like a rush of emotions.
Yeah, and I feel like it comes from the crystals. And
it's in your face.
Yeah.
You know, going through old pictures and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Pictures is hard.
Yeah, pictures is rough. Or videos even rougher, yeah. You know. And, you know, a lot of it is it's family stuff. All you guys.
There's a lot of years. Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff in it too that is like, damn.
So it's like you don't want to get rid of it or not look at it or watch it or whatever. So yeah, those moments bring back a lot of emotion. But like you said, it's like, but those are good times. Mm-hmm. I don't regret none of that.
Right.
I don't look back on it and be like, you know what? I look back on it and be like, wow, like I still got you guys. Mm-hmm. Like it's almost like the Drake says, her loss. You know, like that's real. Like when you think about it, like if you feel like you do have that self-esteem or you're the prize, if someone removes themselves from your life.
That's on them.
Yeah, that's like.
You know, our videos be hurting me though.
Yeah, videos is rough.
I forgot I had TikTok drafts of me and her, and I went and pressed my drafts, and it's just hella videos of us, and it's like her laughing, and it's like, oh my God, it's hard to hear.
Yeah. But
it's like, damn, I did it. I did that.
Right.
I look at it as like all my exes, I benefited their lives. Like. I look at some of my exes now, like they look happy, and they're doing what they should be doing. And it's like I kind of put you on that path to success.
On that vibe. Yeah. No, that's real. Like you start thinking like not on some you can never do better than me, but more like I know the time that we spent. Like you experienced a lot of personal growth.
Yeah,
I had a lot to do with that.
Exactly. You wasn't really doing a lot before we met.
Right.
And you was telling me that, I've never experienced this with anybody else. I'm fine with that. I did what I had to do then.
Those moments make me feel like, or even like my situation, like I married these women. Mm-hmm. And both of them, in both scenarios, they'd never been married or proposed to before. And after, technically, I don't know what that looks like, but
right,
so that holds a special place, right? Regardless of how things might have went bad, like
right,
I'm still the dude.
I still gave you these memories.
I'm still that guy in your life. You can't look back in your days and be like, or look back and be like, oh, he made my life worse.
Yeah.
You know. So if you with somebody else doing it, it'd be like, you been here before? Like, yeah.
I was
so,
like,
dude, it's automatically gonna be like,
exactly. Do better, bro. We already win. We already win.
Take her somewhere else, bro.
Yeah, get better.
Been there, done that.
Like I tweeted, even with parents, like I'm everybody, all my ex's favorite boyfriend. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still got some of my ex's parents hitting me.
Wow.
Like, how you been? I see.
Checking on you.
I see the podcast. I see what you're doing. I saw you at Starbucks. Like, you look like you're doing good for yourself. How you been?
And that's what it is. Like, if you're a good person, or you know, like you said with their family or their friends or parents, they're like, oh man, that guy was a positive influence on you.
Yeah.
Or it was a good energy in your life. If you didn't do no dirt, the reason for y'all breaking up is on her, or it's usually on some you know, something. So regardless, you can rest assured that. So when somebody look back on you, even if they're like, oh, he was this or he was that, at the end of the day, they're gonna be like,
bud.
Yeah,
bud.
Ty Dolla $ign, he got a song with Music Soul Child called "Your Turn," and it just basically talks about that nobody's yours. It's just your turn.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people be like, no, you mine. It's like, nah, not really.
Yeah.
Because I was his before that. You know, all of your life experiences are just a culmination. Just every day, every moment is just a culmination of who you are. So you never end up being just this.
Right.
And this is who I'm going to be forever. It's like if you learn every day, you change every day, you evolve every day. So I think the soulmate thing is like when you meet that person and everything just everything
makes
connects.
sense.
It's not hard. It's not like nothing is forced. You know what I mean? Like, and you got. But you know what I realized even about that is you got to be open, though.
That's really scary. That is very scary to be open with somebody you think you can be open with, and somebody that makes you believe that you can be open with them.
Especially after you've already had trust issues.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so hard to trust anybody.
Yeah.
So hard, and when you're actually put in front of it. It's like we don't even realize we dropped the wall until it's too late.
Yeah, sometimes. Or your wall be up so high, you end up not dropping it when you should.
And then it messes up the situation. If it's something you've been through already, and that gut feeling is telling you, oh, it's happening again, are you going against your gut, or are you following it?
So now, and this kind of goes back to what we were saying before about that mental space. Now I'm taking a second to think about, is this me tripping?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't want to jump the gun, because I realized that I can't even call it my old way of thinking. That way of thinking is unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's often wrong. And it's coming from a place of pain and hurt, and damage. So I don't want to put that on the next person. Now, if that person is giving me a reason for real, that's on me to discern the difference. And that's where I've been having trouble, to be honest with you.
Is finding the difference between the two?
Being able to be like, am I tripping, or is this trip
really
worthy?
Happening?
Yeah.
But the line of whether it becomes real or not is very faint.
Very thin.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too. Depending on who you're dealing with, they could be deceitful. Because people can only wear the mask really for about 6 months.
Yeah.
But if they get in that rhythm of lying to you about something or holding something back from you, then they can keep the lie up. Their real personality might start coming out more, but they might still be able to tuck that lie.
Right. And I think I believe that really heavily right now because I know I'm capable of doing it.
Right. Like if she could do it, I know. Yeah.
And I've took a step out of that box from being the victim of it, and I've like looked at it from the outside in. And how easy is it really?
Right.
And it is really easy. It is unfortunately very easy to be deceitful and to make someone believe you are something you aren't.
Right. Like even to you, like just be careful what you post.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you don't know who's looking.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, everybody that's looking ain't your friend. Everybody's looking ain't looking for because they just want to see what you look like.
Right. Getting here. Getting to your own spot. This is your spot. How does that feel?
It's cool, man. It's weird. Like I know it seems like sometimes I feel like I'm behind in life because I'm down near 45 years old. So I just got my new place. But you know, I've been married twice and had like 2 families. So
yeah,
you know, it truly is starting over. It's not like, but I've never truly had my own space without a wife or without children, and just had my own place. So that's been very cool. And I'm just learning a lot about myself, even like sitting in that silence, you know, and that isolation time. It can be depressing, but it can also be very inspiring. Very inspiring to just sit and, you know, and listen to not the negative those thoughts, but sometimes you get that enlightenment, like if you're in the right space, like, okay, well, what do I want then?
Yeah.
You know, what do I want my next move to be? And you can start designing your life, you know, and doing it on purpose. You know, I lived for so long, and I know so many people that they just wake up and they just go to work and they come home and they watch TV.
Yeah.
Like they have no.
And it's the lube.
They don't even.
They have no desire to do anything else.
It's almost as if they don't know that that's a possibility.
Or that they're able to, they're allowed to do that.
Correct. Like they don't have to be complacent. Or, you know, they'd be like, oh man, you know, I worked and I came home, I was tired, man, you know, and so I just chilled, watched the game, you know, I had a few beers. And it's like, okay, if you need to unwind, you got a physical labor job, you know, I get it. But I hear this from like office workers.
Yeah.
Bro, what did you do?
Bro.
That's so hard for you.
And I have that book I'm reading, that Laziness Does Not Exist. That is exactly what it's explaining.
That sounds like a good book.
Yeah, it's like, it's teaching me that laziness is such
it's a construct.
A societal construct.
Yeah.
And as humans, it is like ridiculous to think that everybody has the same level of energy, focus, stamina to just go through every day. Everybody's allowed to be different. Everybody's allowed to have time for themselves.
Right.
And everybody's allowed to relax. It is okay to relax. And if you got to relax more than somebody else, they're not lazy for relaxing and they're not overworking. If that's how they do it, that's how they do it.
If it's healthy.
Yeah. And that's why I live the life I live right now. Everybody's like, oh, you be going to sleep at 5 in the morning. That works. I go to sleep at 5 a.m. and wake up at 10 a.m. That works.
That's wild.
And I have a lot more energy than somebody who slept for 8 hours.
You don't look tired. You don't look like you're missing sleep.
I don't feel tired. I wake up.
5 in the morning, though?
And I can go to sleep earlier than that because I have the gap from midnight to 5 a.m. And that's just me time.
Well, what's that midnight? That's when you get off? Or?
No, that's just when I cease all, like, I've earned my time to relax. That is the end of productivity time. 10 a.m. to midnight is work.
10 a.m. to midnight?
Yeah. So it's work, job, gym, and podcast. And whatever else I need to get done in that time. And then 12 o'clock, okay, stop, like, don't think about what you have to do the next day. Like, don't think about what you did. Yeah, just relax. I give myself time to relax. And everybody sleep. And it's really just me alone.
So, a lot of like motivational folks that say go to bed early and wake up at 3, 4 in the morning, and then everybody sleep, and you have that isolation.
Yeah, I just
time.
do a reverse.
Yeah, you just do the reverse. That's what it sounds like. But at least you're doing it.
Yeah.
And like I said, as long as it's not unhealthy and you're not getting enough sleep, and I need to get enough. So let me ask you that, because you've been kind of inspiring me. I seen you. We worked out. I may have mentioned this to you before, but we worked out one time. I think when I first got the gym membership in.
When we did legs, or
I can't remember.
When we went with Malcolm.
No, I think it was just me and you.
Okay.
But when we got done, right when we was getting ready to leave, you walked up to the mirror and you gave yourself a pound.
Oh yeah, that's my thing.
Yo, that tripped me out so bad.
Oh, I didn't even think anybody picked that up.
Yeah, I was really inspired by that.
That's like every time I'm done. I may miss it a few times, but when I feel like I really successfully completed what I need to do, or in that set, or completed all my reps and stuff, I tap yourself on the back, congratulate yourself.
But I mean, I think it just tripped me out because it's like, you see, again, I've been listening and watching a lot of motivational stuff, but it's like you are your best friend, right? Like you should be. I'm
going against myself every time.
Right, like the person that you spend, we talking about this isolation time and all that. The person that you're with is you, and we are sophisticated enough to realize that we are, it's kind of like multiple facets of ourselves.
Yeah.
We can be talking to ourselves. We can be in our feelings. We can be in our head, in our hearts. So
exactly.
You have a relationship with that person that you're going through all that. Right?
Exactly, and especially with all this multiversal stuff I talk about,
yeah.
Like if I know there's plenty of me out there, or if I believe that, let me be the best version of myself.
You really believe that, though?
Yes.
You believe there's multiple Mileses?
Absolutely. There's no way. There's there may be one of this version of
human
me.
Or what?
I don't know. There's just me somewhere else. Whether it's my soul, whether it's a human body, but I know there's got to be.
Why do you think that?
Because there's more life out there. There's an infinite number of different personalities, and I'll be damned if I don't match with one of them. If one of them doesn't either mirror me or is the complete opposite.
You.
Gotta be. It gotta be me. If I can look at myself in the mirror and see me, I believe that there's got to be another.
It's an illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you do because you're probably watching me, but I've always kind of prided myself on smiling and opening doors and shit like that.
Hell
because,
yeah.
Especially how I look. I know I don't look very size-wise intimidating. I'm a black man. You know what I mean?
No,
black dude.
Some people be intimidated by you. Like all of high school, all my friends was like, "Your dad looks scary as hell." He would wear his midnight dark glasses. Yeah. He couldn't even see out of them. He had his hat on, and he was in the big old white Tahoe truck, and everybody was like, "Damn, your dad looked like he beat people up."
I've even had some of my Facebook friends say that to me, like, "Man, you look like very intimidating." Like,
and it's not even like,
don't hurt me.
Yeah, it's not even like hood intimidating. It's like he's about business. Like, don't cross him.
Maybe like serious.
Yeah, like he's not. It's not funny time. It's not like be for real.
Yeah. So I think some of Farrah's friends said, "Is your dad military?"
Yeah, like strict business.
But
that's a dope vibe to give off.
If you're aware of it, I think you can use it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I just don't be aware of it. I catch myself frowning, So.
But a lot of people have been like questioning me recently, like, "Are you okay?" I'm fine. I just be chilling. Just
why are they saying that?
Because I'm quiet. They say it's okay to be quiet. So a lot of the stronger people in the room talk the least.
That's right.
And so I've been really applying that to my life and shutting up. And there's a lot of power in being quiet.
And there's a lot of power in silence. And lots of relationships, you know, platonic, relational, like, you know, intimate, like it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
You know, and usually the person that's talking the most and the loudest is the most insecure.
Yeah, got the most going on.
Yeah.
But and then to get all that energy out, I just come here.
Do you feel like what is that? Is this therapeutic for you to?
This is like writing it down.
Like a diary.
Yeah, and like even in my when I'm not posting, I have so many audio files of conversations I have with people that I like to listen to. And I go back and I understand their point of view. I listen to what I say, and
what?
Yeah.
So you listen to your own podcast by yourself?
Yeah. and I listen to more, like, I'll show you I have just hella conversations of people I just like having conversations with.
That's dope.
Some of them are what I post, and some of them are just let me just hear you. Yeah.
That's dope. You know, that's going to be crazy in 20, 30 years, listening back.
And this is the new memory.
Yeah, like diary.
Yeah.
Style. Yeah.
So when we all get older, me and Malcolm will be looking back at conversations we had when we were young.
Right, with all your peoples, all your loved ones. Yeah. That's dope. I know. It's just even looking at photo albums now, it's like, oh my God, but it's an old still image. Exactly. I can only imagine what it's gonna be like for y'all.
Exactly.
That's dope.
So yeah, it's just, we're building memories. I'm building relationships with y'all, and after there's another conversation I had with my coworker. I like having these deep talks just with anybody.
Yeah.
But she was asking me what made me want this. And it was kind of like a tie-in. I was killing a lot of birds with one stone. As much as it is a diary for me and therapeutic, it's rekindling or bringing power within the relationships I already have with people.
Right.
And like with you, we've had our fallout. With Malcolm, I've had a fallout with him. We just didn't understand, and that's why I mainly wanted to do this with him. When I was 18 and during COVID and Malcolm was just getting into middle school, you know how he is. He's a very imaginative person. And so we really kind of broke off of who we were. We didn't understand each other. So we ceased to talk to each other, hang out with each other. A lot of the times when we did talk, it was just argument.
Right.
And
you guys are in two different places.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was getting tired of that, and I noticed him starting to grow again. And
missing a whole.
Exactly. And he started to grow into my image.
Yeah.
So I was like, I lived my high school experience, and my high school experience was for me. So what I'm trying to teach him is to have his own, to be yourself.
Okay with,
just be you. Yeah. And it looks like he's
he's
loving him.
That,
yeah.
He was just so to himself.
Yeah.
He wouldn't make friends, and I'm like, yo, it's, you know, especially with you and your sister, and even with me, like we've always been so easy to be social and have relationships with people. So it was a little odd to see him be such an introvert and not have his own social group.
Right.
But now I'm starting to be like, oh, okay, no, you're just really comfortable in your skin, and you're the type, like, you're not gonna change for nobody.
Exactly.
You know, you're not
and he's
gonna
heavy
try to
on
fit
that.
in. Yeah, I love that. He just gotta find his thing. He's young.
Yeah, he got a lot of time.
Yeah, but you are a journalist. That's for sure. I think you found your thing for sure.
Yeah.
That's dope.
But I'm enjoying this. And I hope y'all are too.
Yes, sir.
But with that, we are going to close out. We got business to handle. But we'll see you guys next Sunday or the Sunday after that whenever I'm ready. Whenever I'm back outside.
Just remember that.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.
Who would have known an event at the time I'm playing would result in my little man? Now I overstand. Looking back at the situation, things was not the way I would have wrote the screenplay describing the plot.
What's today,
Today is November 26th, 2022. We're going to Mission Peak.
My phone is not making it this whole trip. My phone is dying in about 20 minutes. I'm already knowing. First, like 2-3 minutes. We was waiting for Dom. But yeah, we up there. On our way out. We did it. We're probably silhouettes right now, but you hear it. Mission Peak. All right, we at the bottom.
We ended this.
How you feeling?
And it's dark. We started it and it was bright.
Mowgli, how you feeling?
I feel amazing.
That's good. That's good.
Ain't nothing.
Ain't nothing?
Ain't nothing.
Yo. How you feeling?
Excuse me, miss.
Light work?
That was really freaking light. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
I ain't my Everest.